stages of the value chain and different regions, we will need different solutions. So the framework should be standards which are allowing several solutions, but addressing what at least, for example, is needed, like a unique identifier, like a data carrier, like the access right management and so on. And that is also a question on the data interoperability and the governance behind this. And so you have also the questions on the certification or the verification of the data in this process. And like you see, it's not the work of the JTC alone, but it's the work of the JTC to make this big picture and to think about the framework what brings these several solutions together to a working system.
Next one is from Daniel. Long question. In the future, will regulators at the EU level provide an official DPP platform for enterprises to generate DPPs in a standardized format? Or can enterprises choose their own data management platforms individually to generate different versions of DPPs, which are then submitted to the regulator's platform for monitoring?
Wow, what a question. I think this is clearly outside of our proposal. It goes also on the political level. What we can answer is that once we have the JTC DPP up and running and we have our solutions, we can certainly contribute to any solution which the regulators might have in mind. So I think this question is beyond our proposal, but what we have in mind with our work is clearly supporting these kind of solutions.
And one comment from Laura, also definitions and semantics under development in the European work should be adopted identically at ISO IEC level to avoid unnecessary confusion. Next question. Yes.
Yeah, Laura, at least the thoughts are to discuss also the European approaches on the international level, and if they are adopted there, that might be the possible way, but it's not given before. But we also have the possibility with the Vienna Agreement, for example, to bring these standards to the level. But we said that we need an open table, not a frame table. That is what we at least address. But we have done a lot of work there, and we have similar work in the world.
Next question from TC113, Chair from Korea. We have an industry partner in the Republic of Korea who has the business of developing carriers of DPP, for example, for the recyclable plastic cup, the paper document, and the precious metal bar. Is this the case? Who could join this new JTC?
That sounds like you have a data set through the life cycle of these kind of products, and you have experience in this field. And for this reason, I would say you are a warm welcome to join JTC and bring in your expertise.
Yes, I fully agree with Sebastian. We have the ways how the industry can participate in standardization. So please use the way via your national standardization body. On top, and this is maybe a specific thing, we have also strategic dialogue with Korea on strategic topics. Also there we could address the point and do the next steps.
I see your hand, Javier. I will read a few more questions just in the order, and I don't forget you. Is the suggested JTC structure inspired by that used for the development of digital battery passports? Are there lessons to be learned?
Battery passport is a very special thing, and it's one of the first mover, at least. the thing is, there are several lessons we already learned, and I think it's not only on the European level, it's also on others, like UNIC and CFAC and the ICTC 154, but also in the IEC world, in the TC 65 and so on. We have to bring this together and learn from that what we already have done in the several stages. That is at least. So the structure is a first idea from our side, and what we saw in the developments we made, that we on the one hand focus on the DPP system, and on the others on the technology and other interoperability, governance with interoperability, and thoughts like that. But it is a proposal. It has to be clarified with the JTC how the structure will be in the future. And like Florian said already yesterday, it's not the idea to set up directly a JTC with several subcommittees. It is a work in progress, and to bring it up to a working, as logical and good working setup.
Yes, so we had already a session yesterday. We provided two meeting times to accommodate also for the regional time zones. But of course, we know that most of you will either participate at the one or at the other meeting, so that's perfectly fine. Next question is from George. What is the status of barcodes? Are they excluded from the DPP framework?
Absolutely not. There are several data carriers which are which are usable, and at least the question is how we get this interoperable and usable for the several user stakeholder groups. Only one is the consumer. Others are the retail markets. Others are the recyclers, or the and so on. So. The question is, if you have the camera access, you might use this camera access with your smartphone, and you have to get via barcode or QR code or JAB code to the information and to the digital product passport. That is at least the foundational idea. So barcodes are absolutely not excluded from the beginning here.
Next one is from Irma. EU Parliament issued on October 21st a resolution about the new NLF in EU, which includes as well several expectations from DPP and its implementation. This is expected to have impact cross areas. How do you plan in this JTC to align with EU ethos to ensure there is no divergence between EU and global requirements for DPP?
And that's also the fourth pillar, so this pillar D. And as explained, if you think about the data flow from creation, mining, whatever, raw materials to the product, to the R strategy, recycle, refurbish, remanufacture, whatever, and these legal aspects to say these data set as defined as an DPP, a broad concept overall, then there is the need to communicate and integrate all these actors in these connecting JTC.
All right, we had one more question or answer.
No, just ISO IEC are not a political organizations. What the political players in the world address regarding the systems might be important for ISO and IEC to respect or to see what there is needed, but it can't be the main pillar for our discussion on standards, on international interoperability standards, and so on. So, so it is clearly that a standard should be usable in the several regions, and we hope also that the standards match with the regional visions. And so the U addresses now much more than on the first hand. They address the DPP for every product and material and so on, the component, more as an efficiency tool to deliver information